Welcome to those near and far. Welcome to Mage the Ascension as luck would have it. Our game is set in 2019 in Montreal, Canada. Let's meet our mages this evening. Auron.
Alright, my name is Lloyd Colman, otherwise known as AnyGeek5150, and I play an Auron Pritchard.
I'm Christina Poe. I'll be playing Raena Tremblay.
I'm Jayce Maxwell, and I will be playing Max Toulon.
I'm Katarina Aubrecht, and I'll be playing Portia Levoy.
Recap! Okay, so I'm going to have you guys help with the recap this week because, as I recall, you guys didn't finish out the last session before we had to call it quits. So Enzo was in the middle of setting the wards and interviewing Raena regarding what she needed out of the wards for the bunny refuge. Before that point, however, I do not exactly recall what you guys did at the bunny ranch.
We also met with the wolf.
With the red talons.
You met with the red talon. Eddie Blue Eyes, as I recall.
Yes.
And offered him food and basically made a deal
got thirsty.
with him. And Raena was a little thirsty. But you basically made a deal with the human form only daddy. Yeah. He agreed to protect the land and the bunnies in hopes that in exchange, thank you, that he be allowed on the land and to also make use of the node to make a cairn, because all the ley lines kind of converge at that node, and they want to be able to contact other cairns. Not Karens.
I was thinking that too.
Never go full Karen.
Oh my God. Karen.
Eddie Blue Eyes would like to speak to your manager.
I kind of wish we could do that too, just so we can each put like, no, it's Karen.
Right.
I'm also thinking of like a bunch of Karen nodes, so like little nodes that are tiny Karens. I want your manager.
Tiny Karen.
Come back here, you're bothering me. What are you doing? Stop tapping on my grass.
But I am the manager.
All right. So that said, it is probably 4 o'clock in the afternoon on November 10th,
Sunday,
2019. And you are at the bunny refuge while Enzo is setting up the wards. And he is just wrapping up. Is there anything else, he says, that you would like to implement in these wards before I clock out?
Do you have any suggestions for us? We will take suggestions. We'd like to be as safe as possible without being ridiculous.
Right? I never know what to ask for.
The idea that I am instilling wards around your refuge is kind of ridiculous in a way. So, is there such a go big or go home? Is my policy.
Okay, then. Give us the biggest, I guess.
The more the better.
Do we know he's hung with the vampires, and do we ask if we're safe?
Give us the biggest. Do we know if he's hung?
Oh.
Your word combinations today.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh. I'm
They
like
are
tempted to take points away, but I'm not doing that this game. I'm
I didn't
Giving
mean
you
it,
a
but I'll
point
try harder.
for
No,
the-
wait. Okay,
giving
moving
you a
back.
joke
Ah.
point. So Max gets a joke point for making hung jokes.
Let's down to business.
All right. So he's like, okay, well, there are entities out in Umbra and in planes beyond that would also be interested in a node like this. So I will put extra protections on the node itself so that these outside entities do not come and claim it. Because they will not care that it belongs to your family.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Seriously.
Well,
Food or something?
the visitor are paying for it, so let's go to the nines. So he basically goes to the node, which is that tree gate that you've got in the yard, the edge of the land. And he begins to, and you see these, much like Doctor Strange and his gold circles of sigils when he's doing his magics, except these are red and yay big on each hand, and he is planting them around the node in midair. You also notice he doesn't use a focus. He just does it.
Raina's probably just sitting, watching, going, "Ooh."
All the fireworks.
Auron just assumes that it's probably that Auron thinks he does have a focus because he used his phone earlier. So he's just assuming that it's probably he's using residual off of that.
Ah.
Max is watching with Prime, but it's like being
He is
a
using
newbie.
Prime.
But for Max, it's like it's like being a Magic 101 user sitting in on a 500 level course.
Yeah.
It's like I'm seeing you're doing stuff. I have no idea what any of this means.
You can tell that it's Prime. He is using Prime and Spirit to make these words. But it is so complex, you can't even do the math to figure out how you would replicate it. He wraps up, pops his knuckles, and turns around to face you all and says, okay, I have wrapped up. Is there anything else you need of me before I back out?
Not
Do you
that
need
I
any
know.
snacks?
You know what? Snacks sound wonderful.
Or anything particular I can whip up for you? I'm a little bit of a cook.
Oh, I haven't had breakfast yet. So, let's do a prosciutto sandwich with melon on it.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I
That
think
sounds
I
great.
can. Yes, definitely. All right. Yes, and I'll also do some quick bread coffee cake, and Portia to do things quickly.
Okay.
Summon prosciutto spell.
Here it is.
Yeah, so
Ba-dum.
about that prosciutto, there is bread, but there is not prosciutto in the house.
Shit. So I have to go back to the thingy.
But we do
You
have
have
bacon.
Do we
to
have
go-
any at
you have
the
to go back to
hotel?
the chantry in order to get prosciutto and melon.
Cool. Well, then I go back.
Is
Is
that
there
what
like
you're
a
gonna do?
backpack or something? I'm gonna need.
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to go back quickly and try to come back before he leaves. We'll see how successful I am.
Okay.
I need to roll for anything, or just
Roll a rete, difficulty 2, because you could roll all ones. Who knows?
I'm sorry, my computer cut you out. Would you mind repeating? Arete what?
Oh, a rete difficulty 2,
Cool.
because
Nice. Yeah,
you could roll all ones. We don't know.
that's true. We
I mean, she does have better luck than Auron.
Yeah, I'll be editing this extra time.
sorry about that.
It's okay.
It would be D/MM space 3 space 2.
Hmm.
I think this happened. Yeah, this happened last session with my rolls.
Ah, there it goes.
Get it.
But she did it. She did the hell out of it. You have, yeah, you do. The you go right through the portal, right in front, right through the wards, right past Enzo, into the portal, and end up in Raina's bedroom. I assume you make the trip down to the kitchen, grab the ingredients you need, rush back, dive back out of the portal, almost bumping into Enzo.
Yeah.
And he is like, wow. He kind of inspects the portal, says, "This is really well done. Why did you call me?"
Well, we needed some expertise for outdoor ones, and this is connected to a special thing, and so I actually I really don't. Somebody else take that question. I'm gonna keep making food.
We are very inexperienced. We don't know who to ask for what. And when we called for the contractor, or asked for someone to get this done. All signs pointed to you.
Ah, I'm honored.
We heard many good things.
All right. I assume you make the sandwich and
Yep.
offer
Here
it
you
to
go.
Enzo. Enzo kind of like takes a seat on the grass, kind of marveling at his handiwork, and eats his sandwich. And he is available for conversation.
Is there anything we need to know or anything that could go wrong with this kind of protection?
Well, I have to warn you, it is good to have werewolves on your side, but when they go wolfy, there's a 50-50 chance they might kill you.
Yikes. Good to know.
So, like, hang out with them when they're human or in dog form. When they're in their natural form. But when they're in Krynos, kind of back away unless you're in battle. And even then, you're going to want to, give them a wide berth so that they can handle their business.
I guess we got lucky during the meeting then.
Yeah, probably. Why?
'Cause
What happened?
He was in Krynos form when he was
Oh.
talking to us.
He spoke English?
Yeah,
Yes.
he said he's the only one that can out of his group.
Oh. Because werewolves have like a special language that they talk to each other in, which they call Garu. And it's not often they speak English when they're in Krynos. And was he surrounded by his pack?
No, he was alone.
Okay. So
As far as we saw, we didn't go looking and see if there's anybody in the trees or not.
Got you. Well, they are wolves, so probably not going to be in the trees. So I would be careful about handling werewolf affairs.
Thank you.
Auron will pick up the book that he got from Professor Edge. I got some help before we actually met with him.
Oh, good. Hold on to that book. It is a basic primer, but it's not going to talk about the specifics of, their tribe or anything like that. So,
Do you know where we can get books for more advanced information? Because I got this one from Professor Edge. I got to get it back to her.
Professor? Are you going to a university of sorts for your magic tutelage?
No.
Kind of?
We met. She's a college professor, and then she brought us in on this whole thing.
We all awakened on campus.
Well,
Sounds like a wild Friday night.
Yeah. It was one of those nights we went to, but never mind. And so you haven't heard of this werewolf clan before that's on Raena's property, have you?
What?
You don't know anything about them, like from hearsay or whatever.
About what tribe is it?
Red Talons.
Oh.
Oh no. Why? Oh.
Okay, so they are mostly lupine. and which means they're mostly wolves. Their natural form are wolves, and they don't like people much.
So we've heard, but that's
that's what we
Eddie
got
has
from the
been very
books.
nice.
So they are more likely to kill a human than to work with them. But there are exceptions to the rule, of course.
He did admit that they are scared of Raina's grandmother.
Who I have seen wandering the grounds. I'm assuming it's your grandmother.
Probably.
Yeah, I'd be scared of her too.
So you can see her, or you've seen her? Wow.
I see her. Yeah, I see her.
Oh.
As well as, the rest of her ancestors, I'm assuming. She comes from a long line, which is which means there's a lot of expectations put on you. And I apologize for that.
That's okay. I'm actually kind of happy to have that expectation.
Oh, yeah?
Something I can strive for.
Well, that's a nice way of thinking about it. All right. He kind of dusts the crumbs from his lap and from his hands and stands up. Well, I wish you the best. I will probably contact you guys in a year or so to refresh the wards, and we will. Here's my card, and he hands you a Roman coin that's about yay big. And yep, and he tells you that all you have to do is hold it and talk to me, and I will hear it. If you need to summon me, you can ask me to come through this coin.
Can you answer back through it?
I can.
Cool.
Do we owe you anything?
You do not. The Quasitor, on the other hand, will fulfill your bill.
Should we be concerned about that?
I wouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Okay, then.
Yeah, the Quasitor are not on our side, Portia. They're the ones that helped us get the bunnies out of there in the first place.
Out of pure curiosity, where did you get these puka from?
Auron will look at Portia and Raena. Are we allowed to say, or how much information have they given you on the whole situation?
I was just told that there was a new puka refuge, and I needed to set up wards around it. I did not hear about the origins of the puka or anything like that, or if there's a gate to Arcadia somewhere on the grounds or what. I don't know.
Well, as far, and I don't want to give away too much in case that we're not allowed to say too much about it.
Okay.
This guy kidnapped a bunch of them from Arcadia and was basically using them as slaves. At least that's how I view it.
Oh, that's horrible. So so that's why the refuge, because you rescued a bunch of puka and don't know what else to do with them?
The main thing is to protect them because we don't want him coming back after them.
Makes sense. I do hear that a flambeau is actually undergoing an arraignment trial tomorrow regarding a child abuse case.
It's probably the same thing. But then Auron cocks says, Flambeau?
It's another House of Hermes.
Okay. First I've ever
Just
heard
like
the
I'm
term.
from Clan Giovanni, just like I'm from House Giovanni. He is of House Flambeau.
Interesting. I may have to do some research on that group.
Oh, if you are interested in Hermetic studies, I am sure I can arrange something with the collegiate, and you can have access to their library, probably. You'd have to find your way to Strasbourg, but you have access to the library.
Did you say Strasbourg?
Mm-hmm. There is a collegium that basically teaches mortals how to awaken and how to use their powers.
Auron sits there for a second.
And learning the culture of the traditions is part of the lessons plan.
But Auron will kind of eye him and think, and then ask him, which Strasbourg? Are we speaking France, Germany, in the United States?
Germany.
Because I'm originally from Germany. So it makes me wonder why
Why you never heard of a mage college over there?
I didn't know mages exist. Yeah, pretty much. I didn't know mages existed until now, but
right, and they're not gonna exactly make
themselves known
until after you awaken.
That's an interesting prospect. I'll get back to you on it.
I can hook you up with the people that you would need to talk to in order to access the libraries.
Okay. I'll have to discuss it with everyone else here as a group, and I'll let you know.
Cool. Okay. If you don't need anything else from me, I shall leave you to the rest of your day. Enjoy your meeting. And with that, he goes back to his Maserati and climbs into the front seat and drives off.
Well, he's an interesting character.
Obviously rich, but looking at the quality of work, it doesn't surprise me. But it is very interesting that their main hub of information for their order is in my home country.
Well,
Sarah
do we know
was
anyone
kind
there?
of like watching. Sarah was kind of watching the whole thing, and she kind of like raises an eyebrow. Why is that interesting?
Because when it comes to, and even now that I've found out that mages exist, and well, now werewolves, at least where I'm from, we're not that culturally centered. Because I'm originally from Dresden, and the most of our culture is, well, fashion. So
Well, were you expecting a letter as delivered by owl or something to this?
Auron just kind of drops his head, kind of pinches his nose, the bridge of his nose. Really? And he just looks at Sarah like, really?
Sarah, what kind of vibe did you get from Enzo? Anything we should like be on the offensive
I
for?
think he's super attractive.
Well, I can guarantee you Raena probably feels the same.
I would not know.
Meh. No, he's pretty attractive.
He also has an air about him that he is special ops.
Special ops.
Well, that's not the first time we've encountered that.
So, he occurs to me as someone you would want to have on your side.
Well, let's hope he stays on our side.
Let's hope.
Dun, 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 dun.
She does eye that coin in your hand. I wonder, can he hear us right now?
I don't know. Raena, do we know anything?
And you being the one holding the coin, you hear, yes, I can hear you.
Is she the only one that hears that, or do we all hear it?
No, she's the only one who hears it, because she's the only one holding the coin.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. Didn't Ren have his coin in the vampire game?
And I made all sorts of messes by carrying it too close to my chest. And I'm not really sure how to ask questions without revealing. I'm trying to disconnect. Anyway, but yeah. If I was reincarnated as from Ren's memory, it's a bit like, wrap it in a napkin, tuck it deep inside your purse.
Max, what are your spheres?
Life, life, prime, and correspondence.
Okay. Well, you can see the prime and the correspondence, but you see another bit of code that you can't recognize. That kind of like revolves around this coin. But the amount of correspondence is intense. Like, you have not seen, even the portals aren't this powerful. There is an amount of correspondence in this coin that easily all the portals, like, combined into one don't even touch close. When you look at it with your prime sight.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about the whoops. I'm in a bunch of games. Max is a tricorder.
Which is interesting because he is, the medical officer of the group.
Raena, or somebody, do we know how magical that coin is? Like, maybe we should research it or something, or I don't know, have somebody scan it. Max, can you scan it?
I've been scanning it, but it's It's super powerful.
Well,
Like
Max,
that
if you
much
want to,
with the amount of correspondence that's in it, it's got a reach like no one's business.
well, Max, if you want to study it further, I'd say you carry the coin. Because I mean, it's around the same type of magic you do. Because a lot of them were medical.
The coin? Or wait.
The order that he's from, the Hermetic
Oh,
order.
yeah.
So maybe you should be the one that has the coin. Since that more aligns with who you are.
I can if that's what people want.
Raena, what do you think? Do you have any sense about it?
I think it's pretty damn cool. Being able, it's like a walkie-talkie, but like from wherever, and that's just blowing my mind. But I don't know anything about stuff like this, so maybe I'm not the one to carry it.
Not to loop back into Harry Potter, but we definitely don't want a Chamber of Secrets type situation going on.
I think what might be best is if we kept it somewhere at the Chantry.
Smart.
And use it as a panic button of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like me to?
I mean,
Because, wait, did Portia tell us that she heard Enzo?
I thought Raena heard Enzo.
No, Portia heard Enzo because she was the one holding the coin.
Oh, I thought Raena took it. My bad. Guys, he can hear us. Somebody take this. Does anybody have a shirt? I have a shirt. Wait a minute. Okay.
It's fine right now, and I'll say this with the utmost respect to Enzo, but I don't think we want it around us to be listened to at any time of day.
Well,
And
Agreed.
Portia hears through the coin. I appreciate that.
well,
He said
here's
appreciate that.
here's an idea. How about when we go back to the Chantry, I make like some type of lockbox for it, and we keep it in Espen's old room.
Which
you
is
think that
now
I
your
could make-
library as a point.
Yeah.
Is there a way, do you think, to set up something so we could like cell phone communicate to him? Like keep him out of like listening range, but allow us to contact via cell phone. There's got to be something we can do if his range is really big.
We
Like
could
an
probably,
air tag.
We could probably talk to either the professor or Jeeves.
Or the panda might know too.
True. But if we consult people, let's consult the professor and Jeeves first before
Fair.
we talk to Panda. Because
What do we use
I could just get the information on Panda how to do it, but Professor and Jeeves would know how the specifics around it.
And we need to figure out what kind of like material, what kind of material you put around a magical item. I'm sure not just any material. Especially if you said it had major range.
Portia.
And I take what? Huh? What?
You-
Yes.
Put down the coin.
Oh, sure. And I drop it into my purse after I wrap it in one of the pieces of cloth I have in there, and I shove it way to the bottom. Yeah. Then
You stop
I
hearing him.
my pants.
As soon as your hand leaves the coin, contact is cut.
Phew. That was interesting and strange. Do we trust him? I don't know if I trust him, but I don't trust anybody. Anyway, I trust you guys.
He did tell you to put down the coin and not share all of this information with him. I'm sure he understands us not wanting to us not wanting him to hear every single one of our conversations. I'm sure he understands privacy.
I don't trust men like that. Maseratis, they're dangerous. No,
You don't trust men that respect privacy?
Oh, that's fair. No. I need another cup of coffee and possibly some that calm. It's been a day. A morning? I don't know.
I have a hard time trusting people too, so I know where you're coming from. But I don't get any weird feelings about Enzo. Yet.
You're not all blinded by his sexy sexiness, which whatever, but okay, yes. Then Portia munches on some cookies because she's definitely in over her head.
The question is, can he still hear us? I mean, the direct link is broken, but who knows about residual links? So he might have just heard you call him sexy with 3 sexies.
Well, honestly, he probably told her to put it down specifically because he wouldn't hear us. We probably have to be in contact with it to activate it.
I want to think that we aren't the only ones that have one of these to contact him, and I'm sure it's like being able to read minds. Like eventually, if you can't turn it off, it'll just drive you nuts. So I don't think he's going to be listening in on like purpose. Maybe he will on purpose, but like randomly, probably not.
That checks out.
Or all the time, I mean, yeah. Nope, all of it. Sorry, rambling.
Yes.
Honestly, to me,
Should we go back
I think we need to start collecting some books and errata about basically anything we can while we go along. Errata.
Raena did it too.
And the private chat. And he's like, erotica? Errata!
So we're not talking about erotica or burrata cheese, right? Neither of those are what we need.
What's the Hootsid cheese? What?
Burrata.
Prada.
It's a kind of mozzarella that's.
I don't know about that kind of cheese. I just eat Havarti.
Havarti. Eh? I feel like there's a pun in there.
Havarti on way.
So
I like it. Havarti on Garth.
It being, like 5 o'clock in the evening, the sky is starting to turn shades of pink and purple as winter comes closer and closer. And it is a lovely, lovely display of dusk.
I would like to get in contact with my grandmother if I can, to see if she feels about the decisions I'm making and if she has any advice, maybe.
Before you go, Raena,
Mm?
this night feels like a bonfire night. Is there a good place? Is there a place that we can do one?
Absolutely. I will help you set that up and then.
Because it occurs to you that the fire could be a focus.
Yeah.
Oh.
Portia goes out to find marshmallows and hot chocolate fixins and then comes back.
For Portia, the marshmallows and chocolate will be a focus.
Exactly.
So I'll take you and just gather up some wood as we go. Some laying around, some I've already.
So you forage for your wood. Yeah. Right on.
It'll be easier
It doesn't take
foraging.
you long. Yeah.
I definitely help.
So you get a smattering of kindling and you get some log type branches that need to be broken apart or chopped apart or whatever into logs that can, do you have like a designated bonfire spot, or are you just like, we'll make a fire right here?
I'm pretty much just like, we'll make a fire right here.
Okay, so you probably don't break apart the branches too far because, like, the bigger the better, right? Yeah. So you put together the fire. Survival intelligence difficulty 4.
Should I roll as well?
Nope, because Raina's the one putting together the fire.
They have not been.
Now Max can try survival plus intelligence.
The dice have not been kind to me my last 5 rolls.
All right, 1 success is all you need, and you get the flame to spark. And you were trying to get the flint and the rock to kind of make a spark, and it just wasn't coming. And Max is just like,
It's like, no, I have a lighter.
I have a lighter.
Do any of us have water magic, or is there a hose long enough to have a hose ready, wet around the fire circle? Endless bucket of water.
What are you talking about?
I thought about that.
Fire safety basics.
Wait, when Portia asked that, Auron's just like, I just have electricity.
But that's the thought. Do you just have electricity, Auron? I mean, that's all you know you have. But we've got a fire going. Do you want to see if you can, do something with it?
Maybe.
I'm not talking about, much. I mean, just have a stick and see if you can, make the flame move to the stick or something.
We could try. But as far as I know, I just have electricity because that's all I've been shown.
Now, it occurs to Auron that that electricity and fire are not mutually exclusive. One often begets the other. So, sorry, the private chat. Yeah, the electricity could possibly make a fire, or you might be able to lower the temperature of the electricity in order to make a flame. So
okay,
you can roll. First roll. What's your focus? How are you making this fire? Are you using science?
It would. Let's see.
Because you're basically converting electricity to
Yeah, I would say
fire.
it'd probably be science because everything else I know is in technology. So
Okay, so science and manipulation. Difficulty 6.
One success.
One success is all you need. So that would make it a Rete roll, difficulty 5. To actually infuse it with magic.
Bob.
Ooh. The electricity backfires and leaves burns up your arm. Put 2 boxes of paradox into your sheet.
Okay, I'll just have to mark it in a note because my circle's completely filled with quintessence.
Can we use some of that flour?
Oh, it would eat out. So the deal is it would eat 2 of the quintessence.
Okay.
Because you filled the whole circle, it would, from the point of paradox, it will start to eat the quintessence.
Okay.
Now, is this damage, this paradox damage, is it physical or just magical?
It is both.
Because the physical part, Max could try and alleviate.
Well, you can certainly look at it.
I will examine it.
Okay. Medicine and in perception. Difficulty 6.
Okay.
Are you going to try and use magic?
Yes.
Okay.
You said difficulty 6?
Mm-hmm. Woo! Difficulty, okay, Arete, difficulty 2. Because it can't drop below 2. To infuse it with magic. Cool. You succeeded. Now the trick is you can kind of like keep it from getting infected because it is a 3rd degree burn. But something is preventing your healing power from actually impacting this wound.
What if I added some salve?
You can roll Arete again at a difficulty 2. Threshold of 2.
What do we know about paradoxes?
3 successes.
Hooray!
It takes everything you have, but you minimize it from 3rd degree to 2nd degree. But that took everything you had.
And this whole time, Auron's just sitting there. He's already pulled something out of his pocket just to bite down on. Like, be it a pencil, pen, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm, it hurts.
Well, it's going to heal a lot faster now.
Portia has wink winky tincture if Auron wants some.
Let me try something. And Auron will reach into his bag. He'll take his good free arm. He'll swing his bag around to the front of him. And he'll hand because everybody's already seen he's a firm believer in peppermint oil, he'll hand it to Max. Let's see if this dude does anything.
Oh, what are you going to use oil for?
I mean, I'm a firm believer in peppermint oil too, Auron, but like there's some stuff that maybe you want something a bit stiffer. Max probably has some stuff that can help. I mean, I have something that should help. At least have some beer, man. I have some whiskey.
So what we really need to do is use cool compresses, not cold, just cool. And just to, take the heat out. This isn't going to like heal you. This is just basic medicine, basic first aid, and then wrap it in gauze.
Well, do you have the
Portia
gauze
pulls
and everything
gauze
with
out.
you?
I have gauze in my pack.
And I have scissors. And tape.
The cool, we could run it under cool water as well.
Did we manage to get some water for the fire safety out here or not? Because we could use that, but I might, yeah.
I believe there's a creek nearby that we can use like a bucket to draw water from.
It's better than nothing. And I grab, do we have a bucket or should I use my water bottle?
Although creek water in Canada, in rural Canada in late November,
Probably not the
Not-
most
way too
sanitary.
cold.
Not for the burn, for the fire safety.
Oh, for the yes, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so that's not going to work for the coolness. Should we just take him back to the house?
I'll just run back to the house and grab like a couple washcloths and get cool water on them and bring them back, because this isn't a healing thing. This is just to soothe it.
Okay.
I have aloe vera plants if you want to get one of those out.
Absolutely.
Auron will quickly point at Raena. Yes.
So it occurs to you guys that in a corner of her garden, there is a giant aloe plant. So Raena just goes over and snaps off a tentacle and cuts it open.
Yeah, I'll apply it to the towels.
Okay.
Should we add a little bit of the flower salve to the aloe vera for extra potency?
I don't know if that is something.
If they're contraindicative?
Well, no, the issue is that there's a magical aspect of this that is counteracting magical remedies.
Right. Sorry, I heard that, but I forgot it. And now, yes, yay.
Well,
score.
no,
Well,
I didn't say that out loud.
Okay, good.
Because that was
I'm thinking I'm losing my mind.
But yeah, there is a magical aspect of these burns that is counteracting magical remedies. So
should we call the
basically
professor?
Well, I mean, I blasted through some of it, but it's still like it's almost like it's warded against magical healing.
Oy.
Well, he did say that some of the ward was to prevent combat. But this is healing, so that doesn't make sense.
I think this is more of, we've been learning about paradox, and I think this is just paradox getting in the way.
Raena will put some aloe in a jar for Auron to use topically once the blistering goes down a bit. So say it's a private chat.
So, what have we learned? We have learned that you can manipulate fire with electricity. You just haven't learned how to do it well yet.
Auron looks at Max like, well, scientifically, like, even though they're not exclusive, they're one and the same.
So maybe we don't play with that
Here in
here,
our world.
but in a controlled setting.
Well, I mean, this is about as controlled as we can get right now, unless we go to Horizon.
I was going to say we don't play with it until your arms heal.
Well, true.
It occurs to you that that the magic that you did in the Chantry did not have such repercussions.
Oh,
This is the
yeah.
first time you've actually dealt with paradox.
The professor did say that the Chantry keeps paradox at bay.
So, needless to say, this was a really bad idea.
So
And he
did
just-
we create
and
the
he just-
paradox?
No, I think I did.
Oh, yeah.
Because it hit me. So it was probably me that caused it.
Do you
Are
remember,
we stuck with it? Oh.
No,
Do you remember the meeting we had back when we first got our powers and we were in the library, and I was trying to mess with a plant with magic, and it did something similar to my arm.
I thought you cut your arm open on purpose to see if you could heal it.
Oh, that too. But
Yeah.
But he tried using his magic to bring it to heal himself back, and it backfired.
yes,
It made it worse.
Someone out, I believe Espen had to heal me that time, or it might have been Raena or Portia.
I think a few of us had to try. I think I botched it.
Espen was the only successful one.
I think I'm the only one that didn't attempt it.
Either way, that's kind of what the professor was warning us about with, testing out and playing with magic outside outside of the Chantry. We do run a risk of this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's a good thing that makes me wonder, actually. And you see him kind of bite back the pain while he's trying to talk. What if did we really fully investigate that theater? Because he was doing magic openly, but he wasn't getting any lashback.
I think it's a risk. The paradox, the lashback, is a risk, but not guaranteed.
But could he have warded that building to keep it basically like how our Chantry acts?
Sarah pipes up and says, but we change venues like every night.
Yeah, but
Can you have a portable one?
well, he can relay the wards every location if he's got enough strength to do it. I mean,
I
give
don't
an
know that
example.
he has that. I don't know that he's that powerful.
Okay. But I mean, at
Aren't
least
the
in the
paradoxes-
instance, he looks at Sarah. It's like, but could it have been possible that it happened at the location you guys were at for the 2 nights in a row? Because I mean, it almost seemed like he knew we were coming. He was expecting us, so he could have done something like that.
I don't know.
Are you saying that he brought on the paradoxes?
No. that
No, he was using it.
he
was
could
using
have
magic.
warded that building because he knew we were coming to basically protect himself from Paradox.
Another possibility is just he knows how to use magic better than we do and can prevent Paradox or reduce his odds because he's been working magic for a long time and we haven't.
For me.
I mean, I appreciate that you're thinking outside the box here, but I don't think everything is a conspiracy.
It'll be one of these days. I'll catch my red herring.
Hilarious.
Auron will take his hat off, and he's just sitting there looking at his arms, seeing all this burning and everything, and he'll just reach back. And
very interesting. And because it was electricity that did it, you've got lines that look like tree branches going up the line.
But Auron will actually take the hair tie out of his hair and let his hair out.
Mm-hmm.
And just go back to staring at his arm. And then looks up, it's like, well. And he pulls his shirt down a little. It's like, well, got a matching set now.
Cool tats, bro.
Sugar.
Just wasn't. I was just kind of hoping he wasn't going to be as painful.
Yeah, it's pretty owie.
Well, the aloe on the towels and on the damp towels will definitely have a cooling effect on it.
How tight?
I hand him some peppermint and chamomile tea.
Not tight.
Can we get it tight enough to where like nothing will move? In that air, like nothing will shift.
I would say that we keep the towels on there for a while, and then when it's soothed, we wrap it in gauze, and the gauze will stay.
Okay. Do you think we can like put a slice of the aloe on it while the gauze is on it, or is that too much?
I think the actual plant matter might hurt.
Okay.
Like you want the aloe inside the plant, but the outside of the plant's gonna irritate the hell out of it.
Well, I mean, like cut like the innards out of it and put the meat on it, not the actual outside of it.
Forsooth.
At this point, we're just gonna need a vermouth.
Well, why don't we? I mean, we can just chill out here. Is the fire too hot now for you? Like being in the vicinity?
The fire is just getting warmed up. It has not attacked all the wood yet, but it is getting roaring, and you notice that the closer you are to the fire, the more the burns burn.
To think of it, is there anything I could roll to be able to judge the distance I could be away from it?
You don't even need to roll for it. You can
Okay.
just basically walk away to the point where it's not bothering you anymore.
Okay.
So would you guys be fine with me contacting my ancestors here, or do you want me to go somewhere else?
You can do it here. Do you need us to?
I'm great with you
watch?
doing it here.
It's your
You want us to
property.
watch
Yeah,
you?
do you need us to turn our backs or something? Or
I was thinking stand guard.
It should be fine. We have the wards up. Because we are still on my property. We're just kind of away from everything. No, it should be fine if you guys stay here.
Cool.
I might be able to make it so you guys can see them, but I'm not sure about that yet.
It does occur to you that you can, in fact, make the gauntlet thinner so that your ancestors can be seen by everyone.
Excellent. I would like to do that when I'm gonna contact them first and let them know that people are going to be able to see and hear them. Because it's like putting someone on speakerphone. You don't just not tell them.
Well, are you gonna do that? Are you gonna thin the gauntlet to better see your ancestors?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, what are you using as a focus? Do you have a locket or maybe an effect of your grandmother's? Or are you using the fire?
I was thinking about using the fire, but now that I think about it, maybe my grandma's necklace would be a more effective focus.
You can use both of them.
Okay.
So, let's do. I don't think insight is a stat in Mage 20.
For attributes,
No, not for attribute. It's an ability. Is insight a thing in Mage 20? I don't think it is.
I think the closest would probably either be alertness or maybe survival.
Awareness?
Either I don't have a good sheet, I don't see awareness. Oh, there's awareness. Okay.
Okay, so awareness plus perception. And soon we're gonna break for 10 minutes or so. Whiskey and chocolate fillings. So feel free to have character conversations in my absence.
Okie dokie.
And Raena will begin her chant. And she will, we will handle the meeting with grandma and great-grandma and great-great-grandma here in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that.
Sounds good.
sounds good.
Okay. So let us take a break. So if you
Hydrate
need water
before you
or
dehydrate.
use bio or anything like that, I got to take Kibby to work real fast and then come back. But it's only 5 minutes away.
Okay.
So I should be back by 1:30. I think that's being generous. All right. And break.
So I'm gonna wait to roll until Sako gets back.
That sounds good.
Okay. I'm gonna get more water.
Okay.
Hydrate before you dehydrate! Or hydrate or die straight. Ha!
All
Yeah, a friend of mine actually uses that one too. She's like, hydrate before you die straight.
Right? I like that one. That makes me laugh. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be grabbing some sticks and roasting marshmallows.
Woohoo! The marshmallows. I love marshmallows.
I like the grabbing sticks part. Marshmallows are okay.
And I'm thinking, like,
There's a double entendre in that. Nope. You're thinking what?
that we'll, like, prepare a bunch of them.
Mm.
Because, like, Raina's going to be busy, like, focused and chanting and all that stuff. So we're just doing our own thing. We're doing the social thing while she's doing that. But also, Auron can't get close enough to the fire, so we have to roast marshmallows for him.
Ooh, I have a really good game-based question.
Yeah.
When I roll to see what's going on, do I only use quintessence for my magic rolls? Or can I use them for any of the rolls?
I'm not sure exactly how it works.
Me either.
That's
Because,
going to be a Sako question.
yeah, with the way that the dice have been acting up with me lately,
You can't put electronic dice in dice jail.
they might, right? Put them in a
No.
box.
Right? Dice jail.
You sit in there and you think about what you did.
I used to blow on the dice when I used to play Risk because it's a dice-based game. Anyway.
Have you seen the pictures? You know the cat shaming pictures? I have seen people put dice shaming pictures.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, we can't necessarily put the dice in dice jail, but we can take sea salt and throw it at our screen. Consecrate the electronic dice.
So we'll be Portia and Max will be roasting marshmallows and passing them back to you.
Yep.
Yeah, Auron's just like, you're gonna have to walk around this side. I can't grab it with this arm. Because knowing Auron's luck, if he tries to grip onto something, it's gonna pull something in that wound and just make it hurt worse.
You're just lucky that Max is like super responsible and not like a typical 22-year-old. Because a typical 22-year-old would roast the marshmallow and say catch and like fling the marshmallow, use the stick and just flick it.
It would be funny if you just did that anyway. It's like you had a lapse of memory, forgetting that I have a bird on my arm. You're just like, hey, catch.
No, it's more like the frat bro thing, where it's like you flick the stick and the other person has to catch the marshmallow in flight with their mouth.
No comment there. Because Max would know all about it.
Flinging white stuff into other people's mouths?
Probably more things getting flipped into his mouth.
I don't know. That sounds very sticky. And possibly, I just don't know if he has the aim to get that far.
Also, not the experience. We're forgetting that Max is just barely not a virgin.
Yeah, right.
Well, you've had two times.
Saturday, guys. Side note.
What's coming Saturday?
Pride for Augusta.
Oh, okay.
Which is our local Pride Fest. So I was going to go to that, and I just remembered about it. I'm sorry, I'm a spaz. I hope it's not too much of an inconvenience.
I was going to go to the one in Chicago, but then it ended up being on a day that I worked. So I was like, well, shit.
We have at 10 a.m. is when they do the parade. Like everything's earlier in the day for us here. So why? Who knows? But our pride is in the evening or morning. Anyway. Sorry. But you guys can totally play without me if you guys want to get together Saturday. I won't be offended.
Let's say we can probably just do basic stuff that Portia wouldn't be involved in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or she could maybe have needed to study for an exam or something.
Yeah.
Or you can NPC me if you need to.
See, luckily for Auron, he only has that one class.
Okay, fine. Rub it in. But you're not doing a full load. Jeez.
Well, no, that's the reason why he only has one class, because he full loaded the entire time.
Feeling special. No, sorry, I'm just being silly.
Well, I mean, he does tend to try and be an overachiever.
Of course he does.
Whereas Max is at the beginning of grad school, so he's just he's got a stick so far up his butt about school stuff.
He's taking 9-10 classes right now.
That's
6 days a week.
That's why I keep asking what day it is. It's no, if it's a weekday, Max has classes.
6 days a week. Anyways.
Yeah, I think basically Auron's the only one that has the most free time, because he takes that one class, which is Edge's class, and then he works.
Mm-hmm.
And he's allowed to, as what happened last season, he's able to work from home if he needed to. Yeah, I was not expecting to botch that roll.
Does anybody ever expect to botch a roll?
Well, the reason why I say that is because I keep forgetting whenever I do any kind of magic stuff, I keep forgetting to add quintessence to lower the difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
And for the last 10 sessions, I've had maxed out quintessence. Because of the coffee at the chantry.
Mm-hmm. Well, I keep doing stuff that deliberately uses my high stats, so I'm not using quintessence because I've got a huge dice pool.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of the same. I've got 4 dots in 4 attributes and 3 abilities. I have 4 dots in. Drop goes the ice.
Oh, I'm putting the dog teeth cleaning bony bones away. So go ahead, Rolly. Sorry about that noise. Trying to get.
I just thought you were getting ice for a drink or something.
Yeah, I figured that when you said that. All gone. It's in your bowl, dipshit. Oh my god, we are overrun by ants in my house in the garbage. It is so gross, and they are so big. I cleaned the floor with vinegar. I'm gonna need to. It is disgusting. Okay, sorry guys. Let me tell you about my woes.
Pick up something called diatomaceous earth.
I have a friend who has a bunch of diatomaceous earth. And it's safe, right? It's not gonna eat through my wood too, right?
It won't eat through your wood. You just got to make sure that I'm trying to think. I would say make a solution out of it, so that if the dogs lick the floor or anything, it won't affect them.
Sorry, the phone started ringing.
Oh, okay.
Can you repeat yourself?
I was saying that make a solution out of it.
Okay.
Because, so in case, like, if the dogs decide to lick the floor, it won't affect them.
Okay. I was going to put we have a sliding out drawer thing with all the garbage, and, like, that's where the ants are congregating. And, like, we have a door right by the kitchen. It's obnoxious.
Yeah, because I used to use it for roaches, even though it for some reason
Does it work for roaches?
It's not as effective for roaches, but I never had any ant problems when I used it.
Nice. Okay. I'll just get some from my friend then. Diatomaceous Earth. I better reach out to her. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Ah!
Thankfully, I haven't had to use it for my current place because this place has no bug problems, thankfully.
I've been getting into playthroughs of the Quarry.
That sounds interesting.
The only thing I say is, to anyone who plays the Quarry, save Abby, please. She's the best character.
Oh, Dylan is my cinnamon roll.
Well, of course.
But they did him... Well, I would say they did him dirty, but they did all the couples dirty.
I'm trying to remember. Dylan's the one that he had to cut his arm off, right?
Depending on how you play it, yes.
Okay. I don't know why. For some reason, I was thinking he was the one that tried killing Abby in part of the game.
Nick did, but
Nick,
that was
okay,
because he turned.
Yeah.
But now, no matter how well you do on the romance with Ryan, like, you can choose all the best choices, and Ryan's still gonna be like, I'm not feeling
whatever.
it. And just drop the whole subject for the rest of the game. And it's just like, really?
Yeah, the only reason why I like Abby is she's voiced by the geeky daughter from Modern Family.
Yeah, Ariel something.
Yeah. And so anytime I see somebody talking about it on Twitter about, like, oh, I'm playing the Quarry, I'm like, make sure you save Abby.
I watched Jacksepticeye play, and he was going through and trying to do all the logical stuff, and he did have to use 2 resets for bullshit thing. Well, no. 1 reset for a bullshit thing, and 1 reset because he was like, I want to see what happens. Because he actually had Emma climb up into the island cabin's upper area,
Yeah,
where Max was locked away.
that's actually
Max
that's
ate
actually
her.
the better. That's actually the better choice is to do that.
No, that's instant death for her.
No, because the playthrough I watched, you put her up there, and then when it goes to give you the next action, go to the roof, which is where the zip line is.
Well, he managed to get to the zip line anyway.
Because the zip line is the escape for that scene.
Yeah, when Jacksepticeye played it, he had the choice between it was like going through the bags or checking the noise up in the attic, and he checked the noise up in the attic, even though he's like, I know.
Oh, you're talking about early on in it. I thought you were talking about after all of that.
No, it was early on.
Yeah, you're supposed to check the bag first on that one.
Yeah.
Because then you end up with the taser.
But yeah, that's what he used one of his resets on, one of his extra lives. Because he's like, I That was stupid. I knew it was stupid. I did it anyway. I
Yeah,
got her killed.
the only reason why the person I watched play, he ended up accidentally using up all of his lives because he screwed up saving Abby.
Mm-hmm.
He for some reason thought that if he shot above Nick's head that Nick would run.
Oh.
During the charge, not
Right.
while he's standing over there. And he had to use that, so near the end of the game, Ryan ended up dying. When what's the big muscle bound redneck changed.
The thing that the other one that Jack had to use an extra life on was a bullshit one where he did the cages wrong, but he left Jacob still. So he basically unlocked the wrong cage accidentally in the Hackett's basement.
Yeah, and let what's his name?
Nick.
Yeah. Well, I mean the one that got out.
Yeah. And when what's her face? When Laura shut down the power, it opened the cage and let Nick into Jacob's cage.
Oh, great.
And he's like, no.
Yeah, he didn't. Let me guess. He didn't realize that you had to use math with the switches.
No, he didn't. But those were the only two errors he made, and he ended up saving all the kids. He didn't save. The only Hackett he saved was Tim Raimi's character.
Well, I mean, he's honestly the only one that should be saved out of all of them.
True.
Because, well, the big redneck, he's crazy, but he's got a childlike mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did he do it where Ryan stabbed him?
Yes.
Yeah, and he's just sitting like, ow, Dad. But yeah, I was fully expecting the mother happening. Because I don't think it doesn't matter which choice you take. I think you blow her head off anyway.
You can save all the Hacketts, but Jack was just like, no, I don't care about the Hacketts. I don't care if they die.
I have returned.
Well,
What did I miss?
We did some campfire stuff, but
and then we started talking about the quarry.
Okay. So, Raena is meditating on her necklace and staring into the fire. So, manipulation, esoterica.
Okay.
Difficult 6.
Okay.
Nice. So you are currently at a difficulty 4 for your arete. You may spend quintessence lower further.
Okay. Is there a specific amount of quintessence I can use? Just one, or can I use as many as I want?
You can use as many as you want.
Oh, okay.
So you can use up to 2 points because you can't go lower than a 2 in difficulty.
And what?
Yeah, I'm sorry, you cut off, sweetheart. Oh no. Raena, are you still with us? Uh-oh.
She might be probably switched over to roll and it messed it up.
Oh, maybe.
I am here.
You
I
are
am
here.
I am here. I am here.
Okay, we hear you now.
Okay.
All right. So, how much quintessence do you intend on spending?
2.
Okay.
3 arete.
So, your arete is 3, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so your difficulty is going to be 2.
Okay. Needed it.
So everyone sees this, but the air seems to get thinner, even though it's... You basically start to see the other side. And standing on the other side is an old woman, and an older woman, and an older still woman. That thick hair. And they are standing looking expectantly at Raena.
Out of character real quick, can my ancestors hear my friends, or is it just like a one-sided communication between them?
You don't know yet.
Ah, okay.
You find out now.
Oh, sick. Okay. Hey, Grandma.
Hello, sweetheart. And everybody hears it. It sounds like it's coming from the bottom of a well, but you hear it.
I'm here with my friends. I'm sure they can see you and hear you. I send to the gauntlet so that all information given can be heard from different parties.
Are you sure
So
you trust them?
I can trust my friends, yes. Enough to talk about what I would like to talk about. I wanted to let you know that I wanted to ask you about the Red Talons and what your relationship with them is before anything else.
They killed my chickens,
Mm,
so they were pests.
okay. How would I explain to her what happens? Just like we made a deal with them kind of thing?
Yeah, I saw that.
I was really skeptical, but I feel like it would be mutually agreed upon thing, but there are still risks, but that's just life. Hold on.
So you trust them not to kill your rabbits?
I trust them enough to still have protective wards of our own around the rabbits. But I also don't want to make an enemy of a werewolf. You know? I'm still pretty inexperienced, and so if shit goes down right now, I don't know if I can fully protect myself from a whole pack of werewolves. And that's what the wards are for. Hey. Sorry.
No problem. Okay. says
I
Grandma.
was wondering if you have any advice, and I was wondering if you had any advice or guidance on how to handle a situation like this at this time.
Get a shotgun. If you don't already have one.
Okay.
And if they invite you to a party, you should go. But I don't think they'll invite you to a party.
I actually have already been invited to like a campfire gathering kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Auron looks over at Raena. Actually, they did.
Oh, the party thing?
Yeah, the thing that involved their culture they invited us to.
The moot. Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing something like important.
I don't know if you were there that time.
Yeah, I think she was there because she was she was the main focal point of the meeting.
Oh yeah, I remember being invited to like a campfire sort of situation. That's how I remember it. Do you guys have any questions or concerns that maybe my grandma could answer that I'm not covering? Because I know there's something.
The oldest of the women kind of steps forward and looks at the rest of the cabal like she is willing to converse with them.
Did we do enough to protect the node?
That's a great question.
Yes. It seems excessive for our wards have always been strong enough up to this point.
Our worry is they're looking to build a cairn there, and it might not be just those wolves. It might be their whole tribe or pack or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
at once. And that's not that we don't trust you, but I'm still not sure what all there is in the world, and if there's going to be a cairn there, I'm worried that it'll be accessible to
Well,
other
they did say that they would consult you if they were to bring anyone to this cairn.
Well, like if anyone found it, I would be worried. But I guess that's not a now problem.
Auron will look.
I
I'm
believe that
assuming.
future problems are now problems.
Auron looks up, and you said it was the oldest of the three women.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll look at her and it's like, what? It's like he'll point to his arm. Do you happen to know what here is preventing Max from healing me properly, other than the paradox?
It's just paradox.
Okay.
He might want to sit next to the node for a little while, but he has to heal it the slow way.
He nods and then sits back in the chair.
Grandma says, your precautions are valid. I think you are doing more than any of us could. And uniting forces with these wolves, I would advise having a food source for them that want the puka.
That's a very valid point.
I was about to ask if there are ways we could better protect the puka, or if there's anything special we need to know about them, or something. Your wisdom would be appreciated here.
I would say leave treats for them on the back porch. So milk is popular, whiskey is popular. I would offer alcohol.
Okay.
But
to
they're
the fae.
babies.
To the wolves.
You still
not
don't know
the
how old
puka.
they are.
Oh, I thought she meant the puka. Okay, she means the werewolf.
She does
That
mean
makes
the
more
puka.
sense.
Alcohol for the puka?
What? Alcohol for the
But they're-
puka.
I thought
They're
they were
children, though. Except for
So
Sarah.
give them a little bit. If you're worried about, what are you worried about? They're fairies.
Oh, so honey cakes?
Honey cakes, I'm sure they would enjoy.
With lemon liqueur.
Sure.
Well, liqueur makes more sense. I've had it in desserts as a child.
Only like shots. Just give them a little tiny shot. They'll be fine.
Just give them a little tiny shot. They'll be fine. They'll sleep like babies.
It's not like they gotta go to work. Okay.
If
So
they
I
enjoy
think-
being rabbits, then give them something that a rabbit would enjoy. They're going to dig up your garden otherwise.
Yeah. I'm feeling a little better about this whole thing. A little more.
So provide offerings to the puka to keep them on your side. And you might want to find a food source for the wolves. We
have a chantry with what seems to be an unlimited kitchen, and a portal to my bedroom. So we should have fresh meat and whatever else they'd probably want. I just gotta deliver it.
I don't
So-
know if that's going to be enough, but because they have a pack.
Are
What
you
would-
saying we go to the store and buy a couple pigs?
I mean,
I guess if I would buy a pig.
Bison? Elk? What would you do?
Yeah, I would buy a pig. Maybe once a week.
Oh,
that
okay,
shouldn't be too hard then. Because I mean, we gave the leader like T-bone and porterhouse and stuff, so that shouldn't be too hard to be able to supply
I'm sure he ate
everyone.
well, but he does have a rest of the pack to deal with. So
Yeah. Now
they will come by looking for food.
Now, question: Did I forget from last session? Did he say how many there were of them?
I think he said 6.
Okay. So
Which was
thinking about-
taken
yeah,
into account when putting up the boards and stuff.
Okay, yeah. So it shouldn't be an issue. We'll just have to really ask them what their meat preference is so that we can give them what they want.
Or maybe plant strawberries so the deer come back.
I like the way you think, Grandma. Use the land to bring more natural resources. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. Mom's been quiet.
There is a they've been doing a lot of building nearby, which has been making the deer flee. But if we can make this a refuge for the deer as well, they might be able to provide as a food source for the wolves.
Well, these dew boards protect everything that's inside of it.
Mm.
So that should be fairly easy, other than, in a sense, corralling them inside the wards.
You'll figure it out. You're smart, Cookie. And with that, the gauntlet begins to thicken again, and grandma and great-grandma and great-great-grandma, most especially, fade one after the other. And with that, the sun drops below the horizon. The sky turns from pink to purple and blue. And we will call game there.
Serenity.
Bravo! Yay!
Yay! All right, so let's do goods, bads, and uglies. We'll start with Auron.
All right. Good. I'm glad we were able to make up for missing this past Saturday.
Mhm.
I'm glad I came up with the idea for the contingency plan so that we
Yeah.
could still play. Bad, there wasn't really any bad that I could tell.
Oh, great.
And I would probably, let's see, who should I give the ugly to? I'm gonna have to go with Max because of the fact that as soon as Auron really paradox burned himself, he was quick to jump in there and help him and put everything he had into it to at least get something done to it.
Nice. On that note,
Auron the forever injured.
the forever injured. And on that note, let's do Max.
All right. It was a very peaceful episode, very chill,
Yeah.
and yeah, as soon as you said it was like a cool, crisp day near the end of autumn, it's just like it's gotta be bonfire weather. It just
Yeah.
it called for it. The quarry spoilers will be edited out. Yeah. I don't have any bads. So my experience will go to tossing up between Raena and Auron.
You gotta pick one.
I know it's tough.
Whatever one you pick, I'll pick the other one because that was my
So-
toss-up too.
I'll pick Auron for mine.
Okay. Why are you picking Auron?
There was just a lot of really good, solid content coming from both of them.
Mhm.
And I liked that we were, trying to delve into powers a little bit, like how they work and everything.
Yeah. All right, so that point goes to Auron. Raena?
I would. Good. Today was really chill. We got a little more clarification and good feelings on the wolf thing on my end, so I feel better about that. Bads. I'm being bombarded at every angle. It seems like, but that's okay. Other than that, there wasn't really any bad. And I would give my point to Auron for pretty much the same reasons as Jayce. Great content. He kept the story moving. We got to experience Paradox as a group for the first time. I say all good things. Definitely Auron.
Cool. And Portia.
I thought it was fun to do like chill days. I don't know. I appreciate low stakes days as well as high stakes days. They're fun. And I had a lot of fun with it mostly. Like it was a good time. I really enjoyed it. And
Yay.
thank you for working with a few of my TDs, technical difficulties. But yeah, I really had a great time. I'm glad I made it and that people were really great about reaching out to me. So thank you. And my point goes to Raena. She had a lot of good stuff that she added. Like she and Auron both really drove the story, and that was a lot of fun because they're normally more of the like quiet, reserved. Like I like it when you get to see more of them. That was fun. I love spirit question stuff. Like that's cool. It was just a lot of. I like the Enzo tie-in. The coin thing was cool. Yeah, lots of good stuff. Anyway, yes, so thanks. And also, Raena, you were, yeah, it was just fun. And you did a lot. And brava.
Brava. So 1 point to Raena. Everybody gets a point. And Auron can go up in leadership if he so desires. And kudos to Raena for using her level 3 spirit. I thought about giving your ancestors accents, but decided against it.
That's okay. First time.
Yeah.
I thought what you did worked well for what it's worth. I enjoyed it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, shut up, Katarina.
It's fine. All right. So if you liked this video at any point, I encourage you to hit the like button. And if you would like to see more videos like this one, we've got 3 more episodes left and of season 2. And we will catch you guys next time.